Welcome to the world of conversations. My name is Suresh Kochatal. Usually you hear of entrepreneurs who come in with lots of dreams. Entrepreneurs, startups, and now we have unicorns. But there is very few number of people who actually migrate from the world of corporate into the world of sports. Ashish Chakravarti is one. He started his career by selling Yellow Pages and then moved into the Times of India group, where he was selling space. And then he was heading Fever FM station here in Hyderabad. One day, he decided to throw it all up and then walk out and start his table tennis facility here in Yapral in Sikandrabad. Ping pong today has grown from where it was when it started in Jan 2020. With two facilities, one in Yapral and other in Kukatpalli, Ashish Chakravarti seems to have discovered the magic to create the moment. His table tennis facility is today well sought after by a lot of people who come in to learn, to adjust and play the world of table tennis. We ask Ashish as to what he has to talk about, his career, the way he has grown, the setbacks he has faced, and of course, how does he relax? All this and more. Over to Ashish Chakravarti.
Hi, I am Ashish Chakravarti, born in Calcutta, brought up in Hyderabad. I've always lived in Hyderabad, done my schooling in Hyderabad. My parents moved out of Calcutta a long time back, moved to different parts of India and then settled in Hyderabad. My father worked for ECIL, Electronics Corporation of India Limited, and we've done our schooling in Secunderabad. I'm more of a Secunderabadi than a Hyderabadi, and I speak better Telugu these days than my own mother tongue, which is Bengali. However, I would just want to take you through my journey so far. Studied in convent school, St. John's Church High School in Secunderabad, and I've always been inclined towards sports, music, particularly Indian classical music, and I also wanted to get into a job which would allow me to meet many people, and that's how I got into sales. So I started my career with paging services. Those days before the mobile got launched, there used to be pagers, so I started selling paging services. And then once I finished a couple of months in paging service and then mobile got launched, I got an offer from a company called Tata Donnelly Limited. This was a Tata concern in collaboration with R.R. Donnelly and Sons. So the job was to sell Yellow Pages, space in Yellow Pages. So Yellow Pages was those days the Google of those days actually, where a lot of organizations, professionals also used to list their company's name, and then that's how people got to know who's doing what. So it was a hardcore sales job. Didn't know how to sell, but then I still stuck around and then learned the art of selling, and then that's how that interested me more, and I realized that there's huge scope to meet different people from different walks of life, and I kept on meeting people from different walks of life, and there are a lot of inspirational stories I got from people around. So I used to talk about my interests also to people around, and then tell them that one day, someday I would probably get into sports and promoting music as such. So a lot of people advised me to do, get into music by organizing some events, which of course I couldn't do when I was in Yellow Pages. But then later I moved on from Yellow Pages to a good long 10 years I worked there, and then Yellow Pages I moved on to a company called World Space Satellite Radio. So the content was beautiful. They had 44 channels, and I actually got to sell what I wanted to sell, which was Indian music, as well as there was pop, hip hop, rock and stuff like that. Getting what I wanted, and then went on well for a while before they actually wound up from India. And then I moved into another organization, which was a media company, which was Times of India. Though I hardly spent around 10 months over there, got an offer from Radio City 91.1 FM, which was a leading channel, one of the leading channels here in Hyderabad, FM stations in Hyderabad. I was heading the sales for them in Hyderabad and Vizag. So the opportunity I got there was to get in touch with a lot of musicians, a lot of sports personnel, and a good long 6.5 years over there, and then got another opportunity to launch Hindustan Times channel, which was Fever 94.3 FM. So that's where I met many more people, and that's where I actually met a lot of artists also, and that's how I got in touch with the classical art, musicians of India. And we used to kind of support them by promoting their concerts in Hyderabad. So that's my service to classical music, while I also learned tabla for a good 9-10 years, I think, while I couldn't continue practicing or getting into it full time, while I wanted to for different reasons. But while I was working, I always wanted to get into sports. Reason being, my father himself has been a badminton player all his life, and he was a passionate sports person. I've seen him he used to come back from office in the evening, irrespective of whether we had to attend a wedding in the evening or we had to attend some function somewhere. He would first go practice and then come back, and then we would go. So that was his passion. He used to travel across India, participating in different tournaments on his own without any support from anybody. So he wanted to build an academy for himself. So unfortunately, he couldn't for different reasons again. So I thought, okay, let me pursue that and let me see if I can do what he couldn't and probably live his dream. So that's how, once when I was talking to a couple of my neighbors, they were thrilled about the idea and they said, okay, let's join hands and let's do something. So that's how I got a couple of them who came on board with me and then said, okay, fine. They are all from different professions. One is in, a businessman, he is into steel trading. One is an advocate, one works for a corporate company, right? And another one is into construction. So nothing to do with table tennis. So, or any other sport for that matter. While my father was a badminton player and I also wanted to do something in badminton, but what I realized is there were enough and more facilities in Hyderabad, and badminton was doing good, enough and more facilities in Hyderabad. The area we lived in, which is Sainik Puri, also had around 5 academies with around 16 courts. So, the game was doing good, the sport was doing good. So maybe I saw table tennis, and then that's where I decided that table tennis is one sport where Hyderabad has enough and more good players and facilities also, but probably did not get its due, like probably a Chennai got or a Delhi got or a Calcutta got. So I saw a scope here, I saw an opportunity to bring in my media sales operations experience, and then I thought, okay, fine, let me build on this and then take it forward from here. I had no idea about table tennis. I had no idea about the width of the table, the length, the height, the make, nothing. All I heard always was Tag and probably a couple of other brands. So we knocked a couple of doors here and there, trying to take help from different coaches. But a couple of them probably thought we were competition to them and they did not come forward for obvious reasons. But then that didn't stop us. Thanks to Google, we had all the information available there. And that's how we came up with a facility in Sainik Puri, Yapral. We decided on a commercial complex while we are paying the rent through our nose. But then since we are 5 of us in this venture, we thought, okay, we'll share the cost and we'll still manage to. So we managed to get the basic tables in place and then did the flooring ourselves with whatever little idea we could gather from here and there. There was one Mr. Venkat who helped us a little bit initially as far as the tables is concerned. He's given us his good advices those days. Ping pong at Spars. Spars is nothing but the 5 SPARS is the initials of 5 of us. Sujit, Praveen, Ashish, Ravinder and Samik. So that stands, SPARS stands for that. And we said, let's start, let's do some service for sports. This is one sport which is always perceived as a very leisure sport, in corporate offices. When you're done and dusted with your work or you're tired, you just take some break and, do a bit of knocking. Or you go to a resort, you see a table there and a carom board or a chess board. So it's more of a recreational, sport. Some also suggested, why don't you get into virtual gaming? Why don't you get into, the computers and stuff like that, because that's happening. But the sole idea here was to, promote this particular game, and also to ensure that when people come in here, they sweat it out, which probably if you had a computer or a virtual gaming center, we wouldn't, that wouldn't happen. And these days you have kids already into it. Most of the time, maybe out of 24 hours, 18 hours, they are always with their mobiles or their systems. They are already into it, and then they don't get an opportunity to play, they don't get an opportunity to do exercise. I've seen my own kids also, for that matter. So we stuck to this. We said, no, nothing doing. We'll only promote table tennis and not snooker or not, any other virtual gaming. So that's how we launched it. We started this in Jan 2020. Unfortunately, sometimes challenges keep coming to you and then with a purpose. So when we launched it in Jan 2020, pandemic happened. Lockdown started on 22nd of or 23rd of March. We had to shut it down for 3 months. While we still had to pay the rents, we still had to pay the salary to the supervisor here. We still continued paying salary to our maid who used to clean up this place also, our help over here. We said, we should be fair to all of them. It's okay. Sometimes challenges come for a purpose, as I said. So we still carried on. 3 months we were closed, and then we again restarted. So to make this place a little more popular, we thought, okay, let's do a tournament. And then the first tournament we did it in November 2020. The response was a little, surprising to us. It was big. It was 85 participants those days, just after the pandemic or the lockdown, which was big, I believe. A lot of the table tennis players from that fraternity, came back with this feedback that 85 members coming for the tournament is really big and good and encouraging. So, that gave us a little more motivation, and then followed by that, we did another tournament in February, I think. The number further increased, and then there was no looking back. But then when we just started peaking, came the second lockdown. That was another challenge. So we had to again close it down for 3 months, and then we were still wondering whether we should continue, whether we should go back. 5 of us sat together and then decided that no, let's take it through. It's okay. Again, probably there's a reason why this has come to us. So we decided to move on, and then we also decided not only to continue with this venture, but then also start another one in another place. Kukatpalli is the place where we got an offer from Indiana Sports. They came forward and they said, we are doing a cricket facility over there in a school. Do you want to join hands and take up table tennis? We said, of course, why not? It's an opportunity. So Kukatpalli, again, most of you must be knowing, is a very crowded place, very densely populated place. The IT hub is very close by. It's a good cultural mix, and a populated place as well. So we chose that, and we started that in July, I think, July 2021, after which we've done 2 tournaments. The last tournament we did was in September 26th. Unbelievable response. 300 participants, not only from Hyderabad, but from Anantapur, Nellore, Guntur, Vizag. That was another challenge. So we had to again close it down for 3 months, and then we were still wondering whether we should continue, whether we should go back. 5 of us sat together and then decided that no, let's take it through. It's okay. Again, probably there's a reason why this has come to us. So we decided to move on, and then we also decided not only to continue with this venture, but then also start another one in another place. Kukatpalli is the place where we got an offer from Indiana Sports. They came forward and they said, we are doing a cricket facility over there in a school. Do you want to join hands and take up table tennis? We said, of course, why not? It's an opportunity. So Kukatpalli, again, most of you must be knowing, is a very crowded place, very densely populated place. The IT hub is very close by. It's a good cultural mix, and a populated place as well. So we chose that, and we started that in July, I think, July 2021, after which we've done 2 tournaments. The last tournament we did was in September 26th. Unbelievable response. 300 participants, not only from Hyderabad, but from Anantapur, Nellore, Guntur, Vizag, then Pune for that matter. So, then we finally decided that we will take this forward, irrespective of our professions, irrespective of our, other challenges and other commitments we have. This is one sport where, it is getting traction in Hyderabad, and we are kind of adding some value. We are not competing with the biggies who have already been there in this field. They've been doing a phenomenal job in Hyderabad. They have created a lot of coaches who have created, national players also. For example, there is one GSM in RP Road. There is, Somnath's Academy in Kukatpalli again, and there is LB Stadium also. So we've got some very good friends from the fraternity. They supported us. They came out and supported us as well. To name a few, Zubair is there, Shivanand Gaud is there, Aura Bajad is there, Mr. P. Suresh, who has also joined us as a coach, Mr. Suresh Babu, who has moved from Chennai here. So there are a lot of good people, came together. Reason again, probably our intent was very clear. It was clean. We were not here to set up a business. This is just to support the game and do good to the game and the sport of table tennis, which probably did not get its due, is what we perceived. So we continued doing it, and then support came in from different quarters of Hyderabad, and then also a couple of people started calling us from Chennai and then Calcutta for that matter. So this is only encouraging, this is only inspiring, you know. When we see a 5-year-old come and play, it really, you know, gives us a lot of encouragement and the goosebumps we have. When we see a 75-year-old person or 80-year-old lady coming and playing, wow, that's like, you know, too good for us, you know. We feel that we have achieved something in life. We have not made money for that matter. We have always spent money from our pockets. Many think we've been making a lot of money because so many participants, so many people coming and playing, but no, our operational costs are very high. The first venture we have it is in a commercial complex. The rents are huge. The salary we pay to the supervisor and the people who manage this place is also big. But then the determination to take it forward, the intent is very clear that we will only add value to sports. It is very important for children to come out and play a sport. It's okay if they don't play table tennis, they can play kabaddi, they can play cricket, they can play badminton, they can play, you know, any other sport, but they should pick one sport at least. That's the whole idea. By the way, we are just promoting table tennis, but then we've always been advocating the fact that children should play a sport. It is necessary. It teaches and adds a lot of value to the education they go through in school. Why only children? Also the adults, you know, they should also, you know, they should also play a sport. The biggest thing a sport teaches you is to handle a loss with grace and also fight back. Your resistance power increases, your resilience improves. So there are many pluses in a sport. We have heard it all from different sportsmen always. We were kids, we've heard it. Even now the sports people tell the same thing. So we stuck on to that idea. We have not given up. We will further work on this irrespective of the financial constraints we have. And luckily, I would say, you know, with whatever little background I have come from, where I've worked in media sales, I've been in touch with a lot of brands. Fortunately, you know, quite a few of them came forward to support me in this journey of mine. Similarly, my other partners who also had their own contacts, you know, individuals for that matter, you know, came forward and then they started donating some money towards this whole purpose. So that's how, you know, the goodwill built, and then people came in. So today when we organize a tournament of 300 people, probably people see my face, but I'm just the face. But the people behind me is, you know, the numbers are nothing less than 45, 50 people who are working day in, day out to ensure that the tournament is successful, to ensure that the hospitality to the players is in place, right? So all this happens because the intent is very clear, intent is good, intent is not bad, and the purpose of promoting the sport, which is table tennis. So that's been the journey so far. The idea is to take it forward, irrespective of whether I fall back and go back to a corporate life and, you know, start working elsewhere. That's irrespective. But this journey will continue. This journey will continue with the purpose to ensure that we get more and more people to play a sport. Every family, every kid, every child should get into sports. And this is a humble request to every parent that, you know, please encourage your child to get into sports. They are spending enough and more time on the gadgets they have. We have to be blamed for it. Unfortunately, fortunately, that's how it is. But then give them that 2 hours to ensure that they pick up a sport and play a sport, because that teaches them a lot. It builds, it gets the personality out of a child or a person. So that's all about it, I guess, so far. Thanks to all my supporters, I would say, in terms of my clients from my past who have stood by me, who have supported me voluntarily. They have come forward to, you know, encourage me in what I'm doing, knowing the fact that we are not, you know, running this as a business. We have a watchman's son, the commercial complex we run this facility in. He's been coached now for the last 1 month, and we don't charge him. And he's been supported by our own members here. Somebody's bought him a shoe, somebody's bought him a racket. So it's all nice. It's all nice to see the positive vibes around. Again, it is because of the intent, which is clean. We want to add value. to the sport of table tennis, and we want to ensure that every kid plays one sport at least. So while we've been doing this our journey for the last year and a half now, we've had a lot of setbacks, which is 2 lockdowns, 6 months we were shut, we couldn't do anything. There's absolutely no action at all. Neither could we play, nor could we kind of encourage anybody to come and play because of the lockdown. But we stuck our neck out. We managed to sail through. We kind of kept ourselves motivated. Thankfully, our families, our respective families, also kind of stood by us. They did not pull us down, saying, "Why do you want to get into a venture which is a loss-making venture, and every month you're putting monies from your own pockets without any revenue to sustain the complete process out here." So the families encouraged us, and then at times when we were also fatigued or whatever, like for example me, I have been traveling to Goa. I think in the last 1 year I would have traveled to Goa 5 times, which is abnormal, I am sure. But yeah, Goa has been always my favorite holiday spot, I would say, even if it was for 2 days or 3 days, or it didn't matter. Driving has been my passion. I drive across. I hardly take any flight or train. It's all in my car. I've converted my car to a mini home, I can say. I carry my stuff along. I cook on a highway. So that keeps me on, that keeps me motivated. I have a pet at home, so the moment I go back home, the pet receives me with a lot of warmth and love. So that also keeps me going. So challenges are there everywhere, everybody goes through a lot of challenges, but we need to find reasons to keep ourselves on. Like I say, we can give many reasons why we are not able to do something, but reason we should look for which actually keeps us on, keeps us motivated. One reason. And in our case here, as far as table tennis is concerned, the only reason is to ensure that the sporting culture gets into everybody. Not table tennis alone, but any sport for that matter. By the way, yes, table tennis also, because this is one of the fastest game on earth, next to probably ice hockey. But this actually adds a lot of value to a kid who plays. The hand-eye movement, coordination, your reflexes get better. And it is not necessarily that it is only the youth who can play, it's also the elderly people who can play, because the movements are not as much as it is in badminton or lawn tennis or a squash or a cricket or a football. So yeah, this is how it is, and then we should keep moving on, not allowing ourselves to go down, and not getting bogged down with the challenges we face on a day-to-day basis. That is a part and parcel of our life, so carry on.
If you need moments of inspiration from the world of perspirations, you need Ashish Chakravarty's story. Over the years, last 2 years specifically, Ashish has built a brand around ping pong. Sponsors have come by, they've stayed with him, he has conducted a number of tournaments and has brought in a culture of fitness into the world of table tennis. He's expanding, and sure enough, we will see him going to more places across the city. And in the process, Hyderabad may have a champion soon. We don't know. From this clutch of people who are playing out here, definitely one of those young men or women will make it to the national scene. Thank you for watching Conversation.